Good evening. You can go ahead and find yourself sitting comfortably onto your mat, allowing your legs to be crossed, knowing that if you need to put something underneath of your knees to support using blankets, blocks, pillows, bolsters, feel free to pause me, go grab what you need, and come back to your mat. So from this space, we'll begin our practice with one Om, starting with a complete breath, taking an inhale and an exhale, and an inhale again. Om. From this seat of silence, can take this time to connect into the body. Noticing the seat, making sure that you feel comfortable. If the right or the left side feels a little bit awkward, know that you can reposition. Bringing awareness into your breath. Noticing your natural inhale and exhale as the breath enters and leaves the nose. And then allowing yourself to create an intention for your practice. Allowing that intention to bring you to the here and now. Back to this space of the practice and yourself. From wherever you may be, you can blink your eyes open and find yourself into child's pose. So rolling over to all fours, bringing the big toes together, the knees possibly wide onto the mat, hips towards the heels, walking the hands towards the front of the mat. Noticing that if the forehead doesn't quite reach the floor, that you can bring the floor up to you by using your forearms or fists. With that, knowing that you don't have to immediately go as deep or find the flexibility as you might think you need to. But giving your body, your breath, and your intention time to create that space at your own pace. So if you can go a little bit deeper, allow yourself to go there. If you are already with the head towards the mat, please tap into the subtleness as you notice your belly expand towards the earth. And contract towards your spine. Really focusing on your lower belly. Expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Allowing that intention to be in the flame of the belly, so that as we move through this practice, that heat, like grounding, coming from the earth, traveling towards the heart and the mind. On your next inhale, slowly rise up to all fours. Tabletop position. Allowing yourself just a little movement, shift of the hips from side to side. Noticing how the hands feel onto your mat. The fingers spread, not too wide, but comfortably. If there's any kind of pressure in the wrist, know that your shoulders can be behind the wrists. And then from here, with a stillness, allowing the lower belly to drop down towards the earth. Rolling your shoulders away from the ears. Reclosing your eyes and allowing your attention to go inwards. Gently tucking the tail, arching the back, tucking the chin into cat pose. Pausing here. Opening the space between the shoulder blades. Allowing yourself that gift of receiving. Opening through the back body. Inhaling, dropping the belly, cow pose. Exhale, arching the back, cat pose. Maybe starting to tap into your Ujjayi breath, giving your mind some place to return. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Nice and easy, returning back to tabletop. Bringing your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Curling the toes. Lifting the knees, hips towards the sky. Heels towards the mat for your first down dog. With this first down dog, your heels may not touch all the way. They may not touch at all this evening, honestly. So be kind and gentle to wherever you are showing up initially. A slight bend in the right knee as the left heel reaches towards the mat. Inhaling, rising to the balls of both feet. Bending the left knee and bringing the right heel towards the mat. Inhaling, rising to the balls of both feet. Exhale, bending the right knee, left heel towards the mat. Inhale to the balls of both feet. Exhale, the right heel, bending the left knee towards the mat. Inhale to the balls of both feet. Exhale to all fours. Inhale, child's pose. Forehead towards the earth. From here, lifting the hands, the elbows onto the mat, and rolling the wrists. Maybe a little making of the fists with the fingers and rolling, getting the wrists nice and open. Bringing the hands back down to the earth. Inhale, rise to all fours. Exhale, curl the toes, down dog. Inhale, forward to plank, the top of your push-up position. So from here, those shoulders stacked on top of the wrists. Knees towards the earth. Nice long body. So maybe even coming more towards the balls of the feet as you feel the strength in the arms. Crown towards the front of the room. From here, bending both knees to the mat, relaxing the toes, bending both elbows, coming all the way down to the earth. Inhale, lifting the head, bringing the arms off of the mat, be into cactus arms, lifting the legs, starting to warm up the spine. So maybe even taking a little bend in the knees, helping the hamstrings. And then slowly bringing everything back down to the earth. Inhaling, rise to all fours. Exhale, down dog. Connecting back into your breath. As you close the eyes, lifting of the underarms, resting of the heart towards the thighs. Reconnection back to this space and the quiet. Slowly walking your hands towards the back of the mat as you hang forward. Uttanasana, maybe gently moving the head and yes and no positions. Finding a looseness in the shoulders. Get maybe a little bend in the knees to help with the hamstrings and the lower back. Knowing the hands could rest onto the earth. Your hands could hold onto your elbows as that crown really just releases and lets go of all parts of your day. Connecting into your inhale. Rising halfway to a flat back as you release the hands towards the earth, ankles or shins. Exhaling, full crown back to the earth. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back. Exhaling, full crown back to the earth. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back. Exhaling, fold, crown back to the earth. From here, interlacing the hands at the lower back, starting to draw the hands away from the body, maybe overhead. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back, hands rest onto the lower back. Release the fingers. Drop the head back down to the earth. The next time, inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back, pausing there. Again, hands could rest onto the mat, the ankles, the shins, wherever you may be, to create space between the ears and the shoulders. Finding weight in the back of the feet, onto the heels, pressing into the balls of the feet and lifting the toes. So you're not holding on tightly in the feet at this point. A bend in the knees, slowly rise to stand. Inhale your hands high to the sky. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, hands high to the sky. Exhaling, fold, crown back to the earth. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back. Exhaling, fold, crown back to the earth. Inhaling to stand, hands high to the sky. Exhaling, fold, crown back to the earth. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back. Exhaling, fold, crown back to the earth. A little bend in the knees, walking your hands all the way back to plank pose, the top of that push-up position. Allowing your strength to be felt in the body. We want to let go at the end of the day, but also tap into a little strength, right? So from here, you can take that right knee a bend. and tap it onto the mat and lift. Bend the left knee, tap it onto the mat and lift. This time, both knees, tapping them onto the mat and lift. Exhale, down dog. Reconnection back to the breath, the body. Inhaling your right leg towards the back of the room, rolling your ankle. Creating circles, again, working in one direction and the next. Allowing that ankle to be still, lifting the leg a little bit higher, taking a bend in the knee so it comes towards the bum. If that feels good, then open that hip and let it fall to the left side of the room. Helping the shoulders, you want to bring the hands with more equal weight. It's really easy to fall into that left hand and shoulder. But if you have any kind of shoulder issues, you want to take a little more bend in the elbows and place more weight in the right hand. Maybe make a circle with your knee, getting deeper into the hip flexor. Inhaling your leg back up high to the sky. Exhaling, stepping your foot between your hands, dropping the back knee down to the earth. Inhaling your hands high to the sky. So from here, that front knee, 90 degrees or less. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, maybe spinning your pinkies towards each other. As you kind of draw that right hip back and left hip forward, engaging the inner thighs. Playing around with the balance. So if this is too much, if your balance feels off, even setting the hips a little more forward, rolling your hands to the back of the room and down to the mat. As you frame the front foot, curl the back toe under to lift the knee. Step back to plank pose. Exhaling, coming down to the earth at your own pace. Whether that is through a full vinyasa or knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, lifting the head, the heart. Drawing the elbows back, pressing into the palms for a little more cobra. Exhaling, returning back to the earth, curling your toes, pressing back, down dog pose. That reconnection back to your breath and back to this space. This time, inhaling your left leg high to the sky as you rotate your ankle, working in one direction and then the next. Allowing your ankle to be still and then taking a bend in the knee so the foot comes towards the bum, or maybe opens up to the right side of the room this time. A little more bend in that right elbow as you place even weight into that left palm. And then maybe roll the left knee, creating a circle. Getting deeper into the hip flexor. Inhaling your leg back up high to the sky. Exhaling, stepping your foot between the hands, bringing your back knee to the mat. Inhaling your hands high to the sky. As you drop the shoulders away from the ears, palms towards each other, engaging your inner thighs, pressing into the ball and heel of the front foot. Softness in the toes. Connecting into your breath. Inhaling, finding a little more length in the hands and rolling them to the back of the room. Framing your front foot, curling the back toes under, lifting the knees, stepping back to plank pose. Coming down to the earth at your own pace and speed. Again, whether it is working through a full vinyasa, inhaling, lifting the head, the heart. Exhaling, curling the toes, down dog pose. From here, inhaling to the balls of your feet, exhaling, bending the knees, looking between your hands and deciding how you want to travel to the front of your mat, whether that's stepping, hopping, or walking. Coming to the front of your mat, dropping the crown towards the earth. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back. Exhaling, fold. Inhale to stand, hands high to the sky. Exhaling, fold, crown back to the earth. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back. Exhaling, fold. Taking a bend in the knees. Moving towards chair. So if you like to have your ankles, your knees touching, feel free. If you're one that likes to have about this distance apart, feel free for that too. So again, taking that bend in the knees, inhaling, lifting the heart as the arms possibly come alongside the ears. Now, if this is too much, know that you can come into cactus arms. Too much for the shoulders, right? More weight towards the heels. Again, you can lift your toes. You're not holding on too tightly, right? And then allow those toes to release. From here, placing your weight a little more forward to the balls of the feet, lifting the right heel, and then the left. Squeezing those inner thighs together, building some heat. Exhaling the heels back down to the mat, straightening the legs, folding forward. Inhaling, rise halfway, a flat back. Exhaling, fold. Stepping back to down dog pose. That reconnection back to your breath. Listening to the silence. The dedication to yourself and your practice. Inhaling, right leg high to the sky. Exhaling, bringing your right knee to your right elbow. Inhaling, right leg high to the sky. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhaling, right leg high to the sky. Exhaling, crossing the body, left elbow, right knee. Inhaling, leg high to the sky. Exhaling, warrior one. Right foot behind right wrist. Left heel down to the mat. Inhaling, your hands high to the sky. So again, from here, that right front knee, it can be 90 degrees or less, depending on where you are with your knees. They are fragile and you need to be careful with them, but they are stronger than you might know. So again, that heart opening, shoulder blades coming in closer together. Lengthen the arms and gaze could be forward, eyes possibly closed. From here, I want you to think about your back foot. Lift the heel and turn to the ball of the foot. Crescent pose. So if it feels like you need to kind of bring everything a little bit closer together or further apart, feel free to reposition. So again, creating heat, but finding length. From here, taking the left hand to the front of the room and the right hand towards the back. A gentle twist. If it's too much for the back, your lower back, take a little more bend in that back knee. From here, prayer hands to the heart, left elbow as you start to glide forward. If you want to go a little bit deeper, dropping that elbow to the outside of the right knee. Rolling the right shoulder away from the ear. Crown towards the front of the room. Feeling a lot of weight in that front foot. Take a bend in the back knee, lightness in the back foot, and step forward. Twisted chair towards the right. So you can check in with your legs. Oftentimes, one wants to kind of come more forward than the other. This is too much. That left elbow can even come to the inside of that left thigh. Dropping the left hand down to the earth and right hand high. Exhaling both hands down to the mat, straightening the legs. Dropping the crown towards the earth. Inhaling, halfway, flat back. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, hands high to the sky. Grabbing onto your intention and bringing it to your heart. Inhaling, hands high to the sky. Exhaling, fold, crown back to the earth. Inhaling, hands high to the sky. Exhaling, fold, halfway, a flat back. Crown back to the earth. A little bend in the knees. Stepping back to down dog pose. Reconnecting to your breath. Again, maybe closing your eyes. Tapping into the quiet. Asking yourself, how did you show up to your mat and to yourself today? Is there joy, forgiveness, knowing it's all love? Inhaling, left leg high to the sky. Exhaling, bending the knee, coming to the left elbow. Inhaling your left leg, go back up high. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhaling, left leg high. Exhaling, left knee, right elbow. Inhaling, leg high to the sky. Exhaling, stepping into warrior one on the left side. So that left foot behind the left wrist, right heel down to the mat. Inhaling your hands high to the sky. So again, that front knee, 90 or less. And drawing that left hip back, right hip forward, relaxing into the front body. Opening the heart, shoulders away from the ears. Deciding where you can add a little more lightness into your feet. So maybe it is into your heels or the balls of your feet, but how can you not hold on so tightly? Maybe you find your feet feel really good and you want to concentrate on your hands or your jaw. From here, as we consider our feet, we'll lift up the back heel, turn to the ball of the back foot as we move into crescent pose. So again, that front knee a little bent, back knee if it's good for your lower back, but keeping that leg engaged. This time, the right hand to the front of the room, the left hand towards the back, engaging your inner thighs. Tapping into a lightness in the fingertips, softness in the jaw. Inhaling your hands to your heart, Leaning with that right elbow forward. If it feels as if you can bring that right elbow to the outside of the left knee, engaging that back leg, rolling the left shoulder away, crown towards the front of the room. From here, more weight towards that front foot, bend in the back knee, lightness in the toes, and stepping towards the front of the mat into a twisted chair pose. Checking in with the knees. Again, knowing that if that right elbow can't stay to the outside of the left knee, bring it towards the center. Releasing the right hand down to the mat, left hand up to the sky. Gentle twist. Inhaling, finding length. Exhaling, straightening the legs, folding forward. Inhaling, rise halfway to flat back. Exhaling, fold. Stepping back to down dog pose. That reconnection back to the breath. Closing the eyes. Hips towards the sky. Connection to the breath. Inhaling all fours. Exhaling, child's pose. Knowing that the hands could stay towards the front or possibly reach towards the ankles as you relax into the hips and the shoulders. On the next inhale, bringing the hands more forward, rising to all fours. Curling the toes. Exhale, down dog pose. Inhale, the right leg high to the sky. Exhaling, stepping the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot so it becomes parallel to the short edge of the mat. From here, drawing the the right hand to the back of the room, the left hand to the front. So you're just kind of hovering over that front thigh. Dropping that back hand down as you come to stand and spinning into warrior two. In that front knee, 90 or less. Engaging the inner thighs as you engage the belly, drawing the palms upwards to relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then going ahead, turning the palms back over. From here, taking your back hand, bringing it towards that back leg, turning the front palm up and reaching into peaceful warrior. Inhaling, side angle, different variations. So as if you were going to hold on to a ball. So right hand in the sky, left hand in the sky. It's like you were holding on to the space between your head, right? How can we visualize what we're holding on to in our minds, right? Letting go past the hands. Finding this space. Sweeping back into peaceful warrior, straightening the front leg. Spinning the right toes so they're to the long edge of the mat. Star pose. Taking the heels in, goddess pose. Hands towards the back of the mat. Spondoza, so taking that right knee, dropping the hips towards the earth. Walking the hands back to the front edge of the mat to frame the front foot. Stepping back into plank. Exhaling, coming through your variation to the earth. Inhaling, rise, cobra. Exhaling, coming to the earth, curling the toes, down dog pose. Inhaling, right or left leg high to the sky. Exhaling, stepping the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot so it becomes parallel to the short edge of the mat. This time taking the left hand to the back of the room and the right hand to the front. Again, as if you're hovering over that front leg. Dropping the back hand down towards the earth and spiraling into warrior two on the left side. So again, that front knee about 90. You can check in with your arms. There's nothing that says that we can't look behind us as we're doing our poses. Turning both palms up to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Turning both palms down to breathe into the moment. Dropping the back hand towards the knee, spinning the front palm up, exhaling, peaceful warrior. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Bringing awareness into any places of strength, weakness, tension, tightness. Inhaling into side angle. So reaching those arms, different variation, right? So spiraling the heart more towards the wall. Again, what's this space from the head? This intention that we might be holding on to, releasing into our hands. We don't need to hold on to it. It's there. The universe will provide and bring it back. There's nothing to hold on to too tightly. The strength is there. The length is there. Inhaling, peaceful warrior. Exhaling. Whew. From here, peaceful warrior. Straightening that front leg. Turning the toes towards the long edge of the mat and then star pose. Breathing into where you are, shining brightly. Considering in your mind something you feel exceptionally proud of, whether it is something from your present, the past, but what can you envision in the future? From here, bringing the heels in, bending the knees, goddess pose. From this space, drawing the hands towards the back of the mat, straightening that front knee, dropping the hips down towards the earth. Breathing into the back body, the hips, the hamstrings. From here, walking the hands back towards the front edge of the mat. Nice long body. Stepping back, plank pose. Exhaling, coming down to the earth at your own pace and speed. Inhaling, rise, lifting your head, your heart, cobra. Exhaling, curling the toes, coming to the knees. Child's pose. From here, walking your hands back to the knees and sitting onto your heels. Bringing your knees in close together. One hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly. As you just reconnect into this space. Maybe noticing the beating of the heart a little quicker, the warmness of the skin. And then very gently walking the hands forward to all fours, lifting the feet, crossing the ankles, walking your hands back, and then bringing your left leg towards the front of the mat, right foot to the inner thigh. The heart towards the right knee. So a nice, just kind of a gentle twist. And drawing that right knee back or right hip back a little bit more. I would invite you to just kind of relax into the knee, your left knee and your left foot. From here, placing that left hand onto the thigh or possibly the shin. Inhaling the right hand high to the sky and extending towards the left side of the room. So kind of our goal here is the side body. One of our goals, I should say. I would invite you to close your eyes, drop the hips towards the earth. You visualize that from halfway through that rib cage down to the earth, you are completely connected. From the mid-rib cage towards your fingertips, again, long. From here, can add a little strength. I would invite you to press your front heel into the mat. You're going to add a little lift to the body and maybe take that left hand. And again, just like when we were in our different variation of side angle, using a lot of strength in the body, in the rib cage, opening in the space. And then inhaling both hands high to the sky. Exhaling, releasing the hands down to the earth. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, body more into the diagonal. Be noticing the difference between the right and the left side. From this space, bringing the left sole into the right inner thigh. Again, that heart, twist this way. So the heart kind of geared towards that left knee. From this space then, bringing the right hand to the right thigh, to the shin. Inhaling your left hand high to the sky. Exhaling, extending towards the right side body. Again, that sense that you are dropping into that left hip. Visualizing from mid rib cage down, completely connected to the earth. And from mid rib cage towards the fingertips, finding length and strength. So this time pressing into, if you want to go further, pressing into that right heel, turning the right palms up to the sky. And again, finding our different variation of side angle onto the ground. Inhaling both hands high to the sky, exhaling the hands towards the earth, allowing the body to come towards the center. From here, bringing your left knee up to the sky, bending your right knee, shifting the weight of your hips towards your heels and coming all the way onto your back. Allowing those arms just to relax. Shoulders away from the ears. Closing of the eyes. From here, walking the heels towards the hips. And taking your right foot and bringing it towards your left hip, your left heel, and allowing your right knee just to relax towards the earth. If you want to go a little bit more, you can take your left hand and reach towards that right foot, hugging in a little bit closer. And again, if you want to go a little bit further, you can take that right hand, cross the body to the left knee, and hug in a little bit more. Knowing that knee could always fall to the side. And then gently bringing everything back to the center, straightening your legs. For a moment, noticing the difference between the right and the left side. Taking a bend in your knees, bringing your heels towards your hips. And this time, bending or bringing your left foot towards your right heel, relaxing the left knee down towards the earth. From this space, if that feels like you want to add a little bit more, take that right hand to your left foot. And again, if you want a little bit more, then take that left hand to your right knee, knowing that knee can always open towards the right side of the room. Eyes can be opened or closed. And then gently bringing everything back down to the earth, straightening your legs onto the mat. Again, noticing the difference between the right and the left side. From here, opening your arms wide to a T. Bringing the soles of your feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana. If the feels a little more relaxing to add blocks, pillows, blankets under your knees, feel free to do that. Shoulders away from the ears. That connection into your breath. From here, bringing the right knee to the sky and allowing it to fall to the left side of the room for a gentle twist. Gaze to the sky or over to the right, knowing that you can reposition the knees, the legs, and what feels best for you as you can breathe comfortably and easy. Inhaling the knees back to the sky, walking, your soles of your feet together back into Supta Baddha Konasana as the knees fall towards the earth. From here, inhaling your left knee up to the sky and allowing it to fall to the right. And knowing that you can reposition those legs to what feels best for you as you inhale, the gaze to the sky or over to the left. Eyes could be opened or closed. Inhaling the knees back to the center, gaze up to the sky, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a good hug, maybe even lifting up the head and the shoulders. From here, straightening the knees, lifting the legs towards the sky, bringing the head back down to the earth and drawing the arms overhead. If it feels better to have cactus arms, know that you can do that. If it feels better to have your hands underneath of your hips, please do that. And then nice, slowly and controlled, lowering your legs all the way down to the mat. Controlled, controlled, controlled. And release. Taking one final stretch from fingertips to toes. And inhale through your nose. Exhale, letting go breath from the mouth. And allowing yourself to prepare for Shavasana. So if you have a blanket nearby, then it feels good to cover up. Or maybe you have a bolster for underneath of your knees. An eye pillow. You can close your eyes. Feeling your eyes heavy in the back of your head. Your jaws relaxed. Tongue wide and soft in the mouth. Your entire head is completely relaxed. Front of your throat, back of your neck, completely relaxed. Arms, elbows, wrists, and fingers relaxed. Your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Your back is completely relaxed. Your heart, your belly, your hips, completely relaxed. Thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet relaxed. From the soles of your feet to the crown of your head and all the space around you is completely relaxed. As thoughts come to you, observe and honor them and allow them to go so you can be completely relaxed. Very gently, we'll begin to return. Initially, just reconnecting back into the body, exploring where the body meets support onto the earth. Maybe starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. A little movement in the head. And then that reconnection back to the breath, a little more full and deep. And if it's comfortable, to take a gentle bend in the knees, which may mean removing any sorts of props and rolling over to your most comfortable side, resting onto that bottom arm. From this space, sending yourself a thank you for showing up to your mat, your practice, and to yourself. Knowing the intention you set lives with you, is carried with you throughout your days and weeks. Nice and gentle, you can add a little weight to those hands and return to a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. May you be happy and free. May you be safe and well. May you feel loving and loved. Om. Om Shanti. Blessings and peace. Have a beautiful week.